I want to talk about actress Jennifer Lawrence. You might remember her from the Hunger Games movies. That's what we used to do before Ozempic, the Hunger Games. So Jennifer Lawrence, she's from the Hunger Games films. She apparently has come to the reality and to the conclusion that we've all known for years, which is that celebrity endorsements do nothing. Okay, she gave an interview to the New York Times, and I have it here. And in the New York Times, it's called Jennifer Lawrence Regrets Everything She's Ever Said or Done. She was asked by the reporter, "You've been politically outspoken in the past. In the first Trump administration, you had a lot to say. I'm curious how you feel about speaking out now." Here's what Jennifer Lawrence said. "I don't really know if I should. During the first Trump administration, I felt like I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But as we've learned, election after election, celebrities do not make a difference whatsoever on who people vote for. So then what am I doing? I'm just sharing my opinion on something that's going to add fuel to a fire that's ripping the country apart." Good for you, Jennifer Lawrence. You finally learned. Good for you. Let's do a little golf clap for Jennifer Lawrence and all these celebrities. Maybe Jennifer Lawrence can tell George Clooney too. Jennifer Lawrence, George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez, Cardi B, all of these celebrities who came out and endorsed Kamala Harris, that chick lost every single swing state in the popular vote. No one cares. Literally no one cares about celebrity endorsements. When I hear that celebrities love someone or something, it actually makes me like it less, right? If I hear that a bunch of freaking demonic, satanic Hollywood celebrities are all rooting for something, I don't know here. I have some suspicions. That's how I feel about Jennifer Lawrence. So I'm glad that she's learned that we actually don't want to hear from you. We want you to act. Go be an actress. Go count your millions of dollars. You don't need to chime in on all this, okay? I've seen so many celebrities, especially in the last few years, that try to pull their out and put it on the table and act like they know something. They think because they're rich and they're famous that they must be geniuses in all these other areas, but they're bringing a knife to a gunfight because they don't know jack about anything, okay? They don't know about politics, they don't know about the Electoral College, they don't know about polling, they don't know the issues Americans actually care about, okay? Because they live in these Hollywood liberal elite enclaves. They live in like Bel Air. They live in mansions. They live in New York City in penthouse apartments. They have homes in Malibu, homes in Europe. And then they want to come around every 4 years and tell us how to vote. Okay, but people are pushing back on that. Celebrity endorsements mean absolutely nothing, and I'm happy that Jennifer Lawrence has finally learned. I was disgusted and I was appalled by some of the things that I saw on Halloween. Okay, some of you folks out there, I hope it's not my audience, doesn't look like my kind of people because some of them were wearing sheets. But nonetheless, I'm disgusted by some of these people out here who are stealing and gaming the system on Halloween. Okay, the owners, okay, let's say the owner of a home who's kind and gracious enough to hand out candy on Halloween. He or she goes inside to relieve themselves. They need to go pee, they need to touch up in the mirror, they need to go do something else, okay? They go inside to use the bathroom. While they're inside, for 30 seconds, a bunch of hooligans come in, these trolls, and they steal all the candy. Okay, this is not who we are as Americans. This is not who we're supposed to be as a country. People coming in and just stealing all of the candy out of the bowl. Grown-ass adults coming in and stealing candy. I'm appalled. I'm disgusted. It's not who we are as the American people coming in like this, and I'll be damned, okay? I didn't even pass out candy this year, okay? I didn't pass out candy. I was inside. I had all the lights out. Okay, had everything dark, had the blinds closed. I freaking looked like the witch in Hansel and Gretel. Don't come by my house, okay? I love the kids. I didn't have the energy for it. Didn't have the energy for trick or treat, hello. No, okay, go to the neighbor's house. I don't have energy for it. And when I see videos like this, we are on to you, okay? Because now everybody has a Ring camera. Everyone has a Ring camera so they can see the thievery, okay? The thievery that's going on. So shame on you. Shame on all the people out there that stole this candy, and it's a bunch of grown adults, and some of y'all look like illegal migrants, and I hope you get caught. I hope you get caught, and I hope you get deported for stealing the candy, and I hope it was worth it. Now, someone else who also comes out of the woodwork every year on Halloween is none other than Heidi Klum, and we'll put a picture of Heidi Klum's Halloween costume up on the screen. Heidi Klum throws this big Halloween party every single year. She invites her liberal, famous Hollywood celebrity friends, and she always does the most insane costumes. One year she was a worm. I think this year she was Medusa. Okay. I think actually this is what Heidi Klum would look like if she didn't have plastic surgeons and estheticians and personal chefs and trainers. Heidi Klum said she was going as Medusa for Halloween this year. When I look at the pictures, I'm like, no, this is actually Heidi Klum if she didn't have money. Okay, this is Heidi Klum without Ozempic and without money, allegedly. And then she has her husband dressed up next to her. Nonetheless, I just want to give kudos to Heidi Klum for her commitment to Halloween. She has really not much else going on in her career, but she lives for Halloween, so good for her. She looks like Medusa. And if you saw Heidi Klum without makeup, you might turn to stone also, but let's move on. Now, something else that happened over the weekend was the New York City Marathon. And you guys know me, okay? If you followed me on social media, I talk about this all the time. I cannot stand people who make running marathons their entire personality. Okay, you guys have to come up with a new personality other than just running miles and miles and miles around a dirty city. Okay, if I go on a date with a guy, right? And he's like, oh, I just ran a marathon. I'm traveling to Tokyo to run another marathon. I'm like, okay, what? You want a cookie? You want a hug? You want a little pat on the head? You want a participation trophy? I don't care, okay? I have so much going on in my life. Who has the time to go run miles and miles and miles with a bunch of random ne'er-do-well people? I don't want to go run around some city with a bunch of strangers. Apparently, Chelsea Clinton does. Chelsea Clinton, she ran the New York City Marathon over the weekend, and she was visited by her mother and father, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Now, Bill showed up. He had a bandage on his nose, so I don't know if he had some work done. I don't know if he's had his nose poking around in some place he shouldn't. I don't know if he's cheated on Hillary again and she gave him a punch, though I think that's old hat at this point. But no, they went and they visited Chelsea. It's nice that Chelsea Clinton is running marathons. She could use it. I'm glad she's out there running, getting the exercise. Now, she did not come in first place by any means. And when Hillary was asked why her daughter did not win, she said the marathon was sexist. She says Chelsea would have won if she wasn't a woman. I do think it's interesting, though, that Chelsea invites her mother and father to come visit her at the marathons. Like, Hillary Clinton is not a good luck charm in any way, shape, or form, right? Hillary Clinton comes to visit her daughter. Why would you invite Hillary to the marathon when Hillary is notorious for losing races, okay? Hillary, all she does is lose races, and then she complains that it was somebody else's fault. So maybe this runs in the family, but good for Chelsea, good for all of you. The only marathon I like is Marathon, Florida, and I wish I were there right now sipping a pina colada on the beach. I want to talk about snacks for a minute. Back in the day, chips and fries were cooked in tallow. Then the 90s hit and big corporations pushed cheap seed oils. Now those oils are 20% of our calories, linked to inflammation and metabolic problems. Not cool. You guys know I love Vandy Crisps, and they are bringing it back with just 3 ingredients: heirloom potatoes, sea salt, and 100% grass-fed beef tallow, no seed oils. That tallow is loaded with nutrients for your skin, brain, and hormones, and it makes these chips taste unreal. You feel light, energized, no bloat or crash like with regular chips. They're 100% American made, no shortcuts, and hands down, the best chip I've ever had. The tallow means you're satisfied without overeating. My favorite, Smokehouse Barbecue. It's next level. Ready to give Vandy a try? Go to vandycrisps.com/link and use code LINK for 25% off your first order. That's vandycrisps.com/link, code LINK for 25% off your first order. And if you don't feel like ordering online, that is fine. Vandy is now available nationwide at your local Sprouts supermarket. So stop by and pick up a bag before they're gone.